Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. Whenever you're tuning in to us here at Cosmic Crit, we thank you, we hope you're having a good day, a good month, and a good millennia. My name is Patrick, I'm your game master, your podcaster, and your left-handed American Special Sunburst Yellow Fender Stratocaster, ready to send you some rockin' tunes your way in this new episode. This is episode 14, and if you've been keeping up with us week to week, or if you're binging over a weekend, whenever you're taking time to lend us your ears, we here at the podcast, we really appreciate it. We all work really hard to make this entertaining and fun for everyone, both the players and listeners alike. So whenever we hear from you guys, we get feedback, or we're reading those iTunes reviews, or if you're interacting with us on social media, we take all that, and that's all fuel in our tank to keep us going and to really push ourselves to, be better players, be better game masters, and better podcasters. So thank you so much. Speaking of interacting with us online, just a reminder that as you eat your turkey this week, if you're stateside like us, that our First Friday Fan Challenge is still up and running. We are asking you all of our fans, to give us your ideas for ship names for the Cosmic Crit Crew's first spaceship. So email us at cosmiccrit@gmail.com, or send it to us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever we are online. And we're going to take our favorite names, and we're going to pick them out and award those people that submitted the names a PDF copy of the Starfinder Core Rulebook or the Alien Archive. And then we're going to have our fans vote on which name they like the best, and that's what we're going to pick. So we've already had some really great ones, some that we really liked, but it's still going on. You can do that all this week, and we can't wait to hear what else you guys are going to come up with. Before we get started, I just wanted to cover some of the fortitude rolls that we did off-air between episodes 13 and 14, mainly for those vicious void bites of those pesky Acattas. So, Alindra, Edros, and ANDIS, they're all infected, and ANDIS was bitten and infected twice. But over the course of this episode, we went off-air, we checked some rules, and we realized that we've been forgetting the very important android trait Constructed. Gives him a +2 bonus, and he had actually passed one of those first fortitude saves. So we backpedaled a little bit and had all three of them. They are of the same weakened state, and they rested between the last episode and this one, divided up the med patches, the bandages, and rested up, and Alindra and ANDIS made their saves and eradicated the disease, but unfortunately Edros had another bad roll. It's going to require more treatment. So that's where the party stands towards the beginning of this episode, as they are preparing to leave the Acreon for the Drift Rock and see what lays in wait for them down there. So that's it. We're going to start up now. That's enough of this show's crit chat. So let's dive right in and hear what happened last time before we hear this week's episode, episode 14, Straight Outta Acreon.
Last time on Cosmic Crit,
we cleared the bridge of the last of the Outta. The ship is ours. We met some familiar goblin friends.
Edros pulled Alindra aside and revealed to her that he intends to pass the captain's hat on to her.
We finally found some salt.
We listened to all of the captain's logs and really don't think we should go to the rock, but we probably will.
Yeah!
Edros used his laser weapon to really rough up a bed.
Is it time to take another nap?
Almost no one got reinfected.
Almost.
Almost. It's horseshoes and hand grenades, baby. Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Cosmic Crit. My name is Patrick 9000, and I am your game master on board this journey. I can see you're really upset about this. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly, take one Mark I healing serum, and think things over, while you listen to our tale of heroism and courage. Joining me are 5 players who ultimately are unimportant, and I cannot let them jeopardize our podcast. To my left, An ancient alien stone slab floating in space. Drew playing Nax Izrak.
Daisy.
To his left, a psychedelic wormhole tunnel full of stars. Jabert playing ANDIS 147.
Hey, 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 hey.
Across the digital table, a star child that became cool. Miles rockin' a Raimi.
Starchild was never cool, but hello.
Favorite member Kiss. To his left, an astronaut that really that really wants those pod bay doors opened. Rebecca playing Alindra Vallis.
Glad to be here.
And to my right, an ape viciously swinging a bone club because a stone slab told it to. Tyler playing Adros Varanus.
We are now accepting all banana donations.
Ooh.
That was the worst.
The most half-hearted ape impression.
That is exactly what they sound like. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Are you, though?
It's my birthday, so yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a birthday.
So many birthdays.
I'm glad to be playing Starfinder with you guys.
Yeah, no, we're often doing it on the night. That's exciting. Congratulations, making it around the sun one more time.
Thank you.
One more time.
Hey, I mean, it puts so much pressure on me as a GM because now I feel like if I do kill your character, I also have to buy you a present to make up for it. So I'm just going to pop onto Amazon real quick, start filling up a cart.
You could just keep her alive just for tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I've already put something in the cart here. So, speaking of which, are you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
While between last week and this week, we did some very fun fort saves on the many Akata-related diseases that basically half the crew here has contracted. Some good things happened. Some bad things happened. We still have some weakened characters. No one is in that second state, though. And you guys have been on board the ship for about 2 days at this point. So you've been resting. What have your characters been doing kind of in the, the interim to waste time?
Taking pot shots at goblins.
No, they run away.
Jeez.
Remy hates those goblins.
Don't know why.
Remy is probably going over plans for his and Andis's new bar with Andis.
I was about to say by himself. Just be like, hey, we'll put the lights up over here. Yeah.
Didn't you name it after yourself already? And you're just cutting Andis out.
No, we're still making plans for the bar. The name stays.
I see. Oh, I see. Okay.
So cute that you think you'll ever see that place alive again.
Oh, I will.
Oh, no, the place is going to die?
No, you'll see it, but you'll be dead.
The whole scene's dead, man.
What about Alindra? Rebecca, what's Alindra up to?
Alindra has been sparring with Robob, handy little drone.
You're trying to destroy my robot observer?
No, I'm not destroying. I know how to fight. My mother was a swordsman person and taught people how to do this stuff, so I'm just practicing.
Practicing, like, swiping at it. He's like, oh, what are you doing? Hey, no, watch out there.
No, Robob can keep up. He's good.
Yeah. He's got, like, automatic sensors, believe it or not. They had to install in him circuitry to be able to miss people's punches.
Well, it's really a hidden mini game that is like one of his modes.
You unlocked it.
Yeah.
What about Knack?
Knack has been going through the crew quarters just looking for anything of value that we might have missed the first time through. Going back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, that's interesting. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay, wow.
17 on the die, plus 5 is 22.
If you find something, are you sharing it with your teammates?
Depends on what it is. If it's something of monetary value, probably not. If it's something of health value, I probably will.
Now, do you want me to tell everyone else what you find, or do you want it to be a secret?
I would like it to be a secret.
Typing secret messages.
Secret message typing. This is the part where we type a secret message.
Excellent. Yeah, I might share that, but I got to think about it.
And speaking of sharing the goblins Bumfuzzle and Cattywampus come up to you guys and open up a satchel that they've like had tied to their belts, and inside there is just a wealth of weaponry, grenades particularly, and some different things they've collected from around the ship. And Bumfuzzle says to you, Edros, is like,
Could you have used these? Is this something that you want?
Yes, these are very, very good thinking. We could use these in the upcoming fight for sure. Give them to ANDIS. He can probably make better use of them than I.
I told you they would want them, Bumfuzzle.
That's Cattywampus.
Is it just grenades? What else is in this satchel?
Yeah, well, they bring it over to ANDIS. Anyone else can see inside is an incendiary grenade, 2 shock grenades, a sticky bomb grenade, 2 detonators, a engineering toolkit, a fire extinguisher, and 500 universal polymer bases. I think I got that right. Oh boy, I need to just write this out every time. UPBs, 500 UPBs.
I was going to suggest maybe we should take some time while we have some downtime to teach the goblins how to fight more effectively.
Yeah, I mean, they can join you in trying to kill Robob. They seem very excited about that.
And teach them how to use a sword. Yeah,
it's like every campaign. Rebecca's like the Goblin Whisperer.
Yes, this is what we were born to do. Yes, Bumfuzzle.
What does the engineering toolkit do?
The toolkits are like collections of tools that are for different things, and they give you a circumstance bonus to certain skill checks. So in this case, the engineering kits, engineering checks without one, you take a -2 penalty. So normally if we're trying to open up a door or, a locked door or disable a bomb without one of these, it'd be a little bit more difficult.
And you said it's a +2?
It is normally -2 if you do not have one. If you're just like using your hands to
so it's like thieves' tools.
Okay. Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so Andis, you want to take that since you're the engineering master?
Oh yeah. I'll hang on to this.
Are you still sick? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'm just laid up in the bed. I didn't tell you what I'm doing this whole time because I'm not doing anything.
I would like to take at least one of the grenades, just cheek pouch it, just to have one.
That sounds like a safe place for it.
Oh boy.
Someone shoots you in the mouth, you're gone.
Or you just got a mouthful of sticky goo.
I want one of the shot grenades.
Okay. Which grenade did you want, Knack?
I'm trying to think, what grenade I would be best skilled for.
I mean, they all use kind of the same thing, which is your dexterity for a DC, but the incendiary obviously does fire damage, shock does the electric damage, and the sticky bomb kind of puts out this webbing that can ensnare someone.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's like a trap or something.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's like a tanglefoot bag. It's like if you can throw it at somebody and it'll stick them to the ground.
I like how Rebecca said, "Okay, like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is."
Tanglefoot bag.
I'm gonna pretend.
It's a pretty
get by in life.
thing.
So one way we might want to consider doing this is, so the shock grenade has a radius of 15 feet. So that one is the easiest to hit with. No, they don't.
Grenades?
Sticky bomb has a...
the sticky bomb is different, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 10-foot range, and the incendiary is only 5 feet. So the incendiary bomb is the one that's the hardest to hit with.
Well, would that be good for a melee character then? I mean, if it's 5 feet?
No, that's not the range to throw it. That's the range that it hits. That's the radius
from
of
where
the
it hits. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you throw something that has a 15-foot radius, then you're practically guaranteed to hit the things that you want to hit. You just might also hit other things.
Okay, so to throw a grenade, you said it uses your dex modifier versus a skill check?
No, so it's a strength modifier to throw. So it's your strength modifier in your BAB to throw it, but then your DC. The DC for the save is based off of your dexterity.
Okay, so I have a -1 to strength, so I need the easiest grenade to throw.
Yeah, so I have a -3 to throw because I have zero to strength, or I guess I'm at a -2 to throw.
Get them shock grenades, boy.
So if I could take the one that has the widest radius, that would be helpful.
Okay.
So you take one of the shock grenades. I'll take one of the shock grenades.
the detonators are for, obviously, like remote detonation.
So could we use a remote detonator with
Grenades, yes.
grenades?
So you plant a grenade somewhere and then can detonate it from far away?
You can.
Okay.
That might be useful with the sticky bomb.
Use it like a trap. That's what I was saying earlier.
It's a trap.
Then you don't have to throw it.
We take a short break to check something in the core rulebook. Returning to the adventure in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're back. We did a little rules discussion. We looked up detonators, what exactly they do. We looked up the toolkits, the grenades, a lot of the things that Bumfuzzle and Cattywampus present to you guys, and we've doled them out. You've spent a couple of days on the ship, and almost everyone now is back up. Andis and Alindra had been med-patched and resting for the majority of that time. Alindra apparently was, I think she was faking it, because she was fighting Robob half the time. She was getting better. But Edros has eschewed most of the med patches and is still feeling weakened. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, but the rest of you guys are okay, and what's the plan of action? Where you guys want to go next?
I mean, there's only one way to go. That's out, right?
Only one way out, but
we read all the logs, right? Including the final one that said to be continued last week?
Correct. Yeah, the final one is just like static.
Okay.
I mean, I think our only path is to go down the anchors that are hooked to the rock and make our way to the rock, correct?
Well, should we try to get the communication systems working to see if we can get some backup?
I was just gonna say, while I'm here, I'm gonna try seeing if I can power up the communications array so we can at least arrange for somebody to know that we're out here. I mean, because if their plan was to discover what happened on the ship, by sending a crew out here, they could have just sent Robob. Presumably they're expecting us to come back. We need to be able to contact them somehow.
You can that system on the technological side of the ship, the computer seems fine, but every time you access it, it looks like there is indeed a problem, like either with the sensor array outside the ship or something blocking, and you're not able to make any communication with the Acreon's technology.
Okay.
So I have a question. We're pretty clear that there's like some kind of monster or sentient being or something out there on the rock, right?
Talk amongst yourselves. Topics, sentient beings,
that's what the
and
log
monsters.
suggests.
Because they said that they think it's waiting for them. Clearly, that's not Akata's. The Akatas definitely weren't waiting for them anywhere.
Right, they didn't wait on anybody.
Well,
Just
it
the Queen
implies
Akata.
a single thing. Yeah, that sounds like a big monster, right? So,
but Newt is down there, and she's been surviving on her own for years.
Stop it, Patrick. We're talking. This is a crew meeting.
Hi guys, I'm here too.
They mostly come at night.
so okay. So I'm just looking at our inventory right now, and I'm thinking that if it comes time to like lure something to a certain side of the rock and like do something about it, we could use the detonators with the shot grenades. Like, I think the incendiary, given the fact that the Akatas are fire resistant, I suspect that whatever's out there would be too. Maybe that's a unwise guess, but also it's space. Fire doesn't work in space, right?
Well, it depends on what sort of fire we're talking about.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just make a physical science check.
I was about to say the incendiaries should work because besides being explosive, they're like, they shoot out like bits of plasma.
Right, they're like
Okay.
phosphorus. They're like phosphorus fire.
Okay, so they'll still be effective.
They
Okay.
don't need air to burn, yeah.
Bumfuzzle and Cattywampus do try and interject themselves in all of your conversations, and after listening, for days of you talking and planning, Bumfuzzle comes up and says,
Well, we know where a ship is that can get you guys back to Absalom, right?
Say what now?
I mean, this one's like dead, but there's another ship. Like, we stowed away on a ship to get here. How do you think we got here? We don't have a ship.
That's a good point.
Well, I thought you just stowed away on this ship.
No, we're back on Absalom.
Yeah, they're on Absalom.
You guys
were. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
We stowed away on a mining vessel coming here in order to loot the Acreon, and it I think landed on the far side of the drift rock.
Oh, so there's a ship on the drift rock.
Ooh.
Probably from the Hardscrabble Collective.
Probably.
So if you parked your ship on the far side of the rock, did you cross the rock to get here?
Oh, listen, we don't have a ship. We do not have a ship. We hitched a ride on a ship, and then we jumped off in the middle of space.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't see anything that was on this rock.
No, just some stones.
All right, let's check out this Dwayne Johnson.
Okay, let's go.
You guys do want to go to the drift rock.
Sure.
Want is a strong word, but
That's
Have to is the...
you can just die on the ship. That's an option.
No.
They're grenades. You can just have a fun grenade party. All right,
Tempting,
we're
but
going
no. Let's
going
go.
to the rock. Getting to the drift rock, there are a very long series of nanomesh cables attaching it to the Acreon. Given time, you can climb to it on a spacewalk in 0G and just like hand over hand kind of pulling yourself along these huge metal cables. If you guys want to take the full amount of time it would take to get from the Acreon to the drift rock, we don't have to make any rolls. You just, very slowly kind of pull yourself along. And yeah, you basically can unhinge yourself, and there's some safety tethers in the airlock of the Acreon, and use it between you and slowly, along with our goblin friends and Robob, make your way what first feels like upwards towards the rock, but as it gets closer and it starts to fill in your vision, you get that vertigo feeling in 0G, and all of a sudden it looks like you're falling down towards it, even though there's no gravity here. Robob says, preparing to leave the Acreon, perhaps for good. The Starfinders strap up and ready for a dangerous walk upon the rock that is sure to prove deadly.
just for the record, ANDIS is using their jump jets to fly around in 0G. And it's really,
just like,
really fun. Yeah.
I took the fire extinguisher from the goblins, so I'm pulling a Wally. Definitely gonna do that.
You're just gonna burn it. You're just gonna burn it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We might
Sounds prudent.
we might need that later, but we'll see.
I kid. I just think about it, fantasize about it while I'm waiting to get down off of this tether.
That historical drama that you've seen on the hypernet.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you guys are traveling along these tethers between the rock and the Acreon, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oof, that's a 1 on the die for Knack for a 6.
24 for me.
16 for Raimi.
20 for ANDIS.
Show
20
off.
for Edris.
All right, yeah. So let's figure out what happened to Knack.
He's just kind of like spinning around.
Is your character used to these kind of EVAs, these spacewalks?
I'm assuming my spacesuit does not have a portion for my tail to stick out, so my very useful tail that I use in balancing as an Asoki is like tucked
It just
in.
coiled up like there. It looks like you got a diaper on.
Yeah,
It's like down one leg.
yeah, it's like tucked in.
Very uncomfortable.
What? No, you've got second skin, right?
Yeah, I do. So I guess it does.
Yeah, no, it
accommodate
fits
my tail.
like a glove. Your second skin. Believe it or not, that's their motto. It's like a glove, second skin.
No, I think I love that description of what went wrong far too much. We're gonna have to change all of the canon in the Starfinder universe to fit this situation.
He bought a
Galarian is back, and Knack's tail is stuck in his leg.
Knack, being cheap, bought a gnome child's second skin, so there's no tail room. But most everyone else that rolled above a 20 here, you can see just on the horizon of the asteroid of the drift rock, what looks like metal, perhaps something silver, glinting off of the starlight, thousands of feet from where there are metal anchors attaching the rock to these cords, like your destination.
Should we head to the silvery, flashy thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the hot dog in this situation. So
It got in its senior yearbook, most likely to be a spaceship. So
Well,
All right.
if where you if where you touch down on the drift rock and you can kind of just grab onto some rocks, there is no gravity on this little asteroid, so it is kind of like climbing on the ground just about everywhere you want to get in order to move along. So you can put your feet down, but then you get all kinds of vertigo once again because no gravity, and to move you do have to put your hand or your foot on something and kind of pull yourself along. Like we're still in EVA mode, still in free floating. So you touch down on the equator, like in the middle of the drift rock where it was being pulled by the Acreon. You want to go north towards the North Pole from where most of you saw the metal glinting.
Great.
While you guys touch down and you can get a better view of the rock here, why don't you give me a physical science check? Anyone that's got it.
I've got it.
I've got it. That might not matter.
Plus 6 to that, so 18.
What's 16?
6.
Miles, Raimi, these are some rocks, and they are reddish, orangish. Just about everyone else here, you
Orange Julius
notices that it's pretty unusual features here. If this is indeed an asteroid, part of it, a side, seems to be sheared cleanly off. So normally, I guess it would kind of be uniform all along, but there is kind of like a cliff face side, and you notice that as you're getting to the drift rock. So it might have like shorn off from a larger asteroid, or it might have been shot off. Maybe the mining crew lasered off a part of this rock. The other odd detail most of you notice with a 15 physical science check is like most asteroids, you don't see any impact craters marring the surface of the rock here. So it's very smooth, very kind of uniform. It doesn't look like it's been out in space for that long, if it is indeed an asteroid.
That's odd.
Yeah, most of you that, like I said, rolled pretty well don't know what to make of it, and you can talk about that if you'd like. We can move on.
I don't know. With my physical science check, I don't have any ideas. That seems like a strange thing. I would expect a piece of rock that had been floating out in space to at least have a few impact pockmarks. But
so is this rock? I mean, I know it's a rock, but is it solid? Like it's not dusty on top. It's just like a solid piece.
Yeah, you don't see much in the way of particulates or many smaller rocks on top. It looks to be all of kind of one piece.
Yeah, well, I guess there wouldn't be because it doesn't have enough gravity to hang on to them. So they would just come off.
If we were smarter, I'd say there's something to this that we should probably know, but...
Yeah, I don't know enough about astronomy as Rebecca. Alindra would probably know, but...
I was about to say, you might... This might be a part of a puzzle, and if you're just looking at a single piece, might not give you the full picture. We can continue on and get more puzzle pieces.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Right, so if you guys are just taking your time once again in ZRG and climbing over, what feels like an endless cliff face over the rounded side of the drift rock, and taking your time, we don't have to make rolls. Normally it would be athletics or acrobatics to kind of like maneuver yourself in ZRG in like fast-paced action, but if you're just very slowly climbing your way along, you maybe 20 or 30 minutes get to like a small cliff face, and you see down in a low gully what you think you saw from the tow cables. Anyone with an engineering or pilot check, why don't you give me a quick?
Ooh, pilot check. That would be a Raimi thing to do.
So that's a 9 on the dice plus 7, so that's a 16 for Knack.
16 for Raimi.
What did you roll, Idris?
20.
In the distance, what you think you saw glinting in the starlight there, it looks like a wreck of a ship, and you notice, some curvature, what looks to be the back engines, and you can tell that this is the remains of a Necrovite glider. Everyone, please make an initiative roll for me right now.
Oh no, it's the glider! Crap.
So let's go through just in the order that you rolled them, call them out.
Knack has rolled an 8.
Raimi rolled a 10.
Alindra 12.
And it's 10.
Idris 10.
Wow, wait. Is that all 10s? Does everyone roll a 10?
Alindra got a 12.
10 will be the name of Andis, Edris, and I's boy band.
10 10 initiative.
You gotta roll.
Now we need to figure out some stuff here.
Okay, yeah.
Drew, did you get an 8? Is that
I got an 8, yes. This 10 initiative boy band is a song that needs to get written.
No. Our boy band's single will be called Crit Playing Games Without My Heart.
That is fantastic.
Say, Crit Playing Games Without My Heart? I love it. Damn. Patrick rolled a 12.
Not gonna lie, guys. I think that 12 is gonna do me pretty well right here.
You're gonna beat us in the initiative.
We always get beat in the initiative.
But at least he only rolled one thing.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check as well. Andis and Raimi with your perception checks 23, 24 are going to be able to go in a surprise round because you see up on a hill over, I think, 100 feet away or so, a small shimmering reflection of glass, and you see what looks like maybe one or more people hiding behind a rock with a sniper rifle trained on you. We're in combat right now.
Great.
One or more probably means more. Is my
Who's going to get hit first? Because I'm rolling first in this initiative. Let's go down the order. Obviously, the biggest threat here is an ANDIS. And Bert, what is your KAC, sir?
Oh, that's a 14 is my KAC.
Ooh, you might be pretty lucky here because the rock right in front of you as you are climbing along, you see this wreck just explodes as a bullet rips through it, and it's right after you saw this person way up ahead. And in the rest of the surprise round, Raimi, you may make a move or a standard action.
All right, well, I'm going to yell that there's a sniper up ahead, and then I'm going to fire my laser rifle, because he is within range. 10.
That is not enough. It's EAC, and they do have cover. Yep, so it hits the rock that they are hiding behind. And
I can hit rocks too!
In space, they can't hear you. Andis, you may make a move or standard action as well.
Let's see. What is the range on a rifle? On a laser rifle?
Like over 100.
Okay. So I've got range. Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna make a move action to barricade.
Okay. Yep. So you basically are like hunkering down behind some rocks here in the face. And like I said, it is kind of like you guys are horizontal on the ground. You don't get the benefits of hiding unless that's what you want to do. If you want to try and find some cover, there are different divots here I can point you to.
I mean, well, no. So barricade, as per my feat, I use a move action to create cover if there's any material around. Is there any material around?
Well, you're just kind of hunkering down, but if other people want to try and grab cover, I can direct you. They would have to move in order to do that.
Okay, no, but there's nothing I can gather to do that because there's no gravity here to hold the surface. So. There
isn't, but I'm calling that you can basically position yourself in such a way that you do have cover because you, one, got the perception check correct, and two, have the feat. And we are in the normal turn order, and we're back at the top with this person. They are going to take another shot at, ooh boy, Raimi, of course, the person that just shot at them. Raimi, what is your KAC?
My KAC is, I think it's 15.
Oh, it don't matter. You're getting shot. I rolled a 17, and a bullet pierces your chest right where you were holding it up, your gun up, the butt of your gun, for 8 points of damage.
8 points. All right.
No more hiding in the back anymore.
This is the first time I've been injured since the Fusion Queen.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And we're in normal turn order, which means it's Alindra's turn.
All right. This thing is really far away, so I'm going to go towards Photon Attunement. Well, I don't have a rifle. I have a pistol. Okay, so I'm going to move. Do I move at the same distance as, I mean, even though 0G?
I need you to make an athletics or an acrobatics check if you want to stop moving them, because otherwise you're going to continue moving forever.
Oh, okay.
Because that is how zero-G works. Unless you grab something, you're going to continue moving straight towards her on your next turn.
Okay, I'll make an athletics check then.
Well, you can also... I mean, you can
close
keep
the
moving
gap.
if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I could move, but all my friends are way back there. Although they can shoot, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll. Okay, I'm gonna stay where I am, but so I rolled a 13, and then I have a +7 to athletics.
That is exactly what you need.
Awesome.
So you completely halt your, I guess, descent, your path, and you kind of grab some rocks in front of you. And that takes us to Ramie's turn.
All right. I am going to take another shot with my rifle.
The Lays rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lays it up.
17.
Against EAC, even with the cover, that is exactly what you need.
Yes.
But let's see here.
Great hit. That's big.
Yeah, your laser rifle goes right through this person, and a holographic image is destroyed, and there's another one like hunkered right down behind the rock. It looks like you hit a decoy.
Well, hey, at least it's out of the way now.
Andis 147, it's your turn.
All right, I'm tracking and firing my laser rifle.
Bold turn.
Oh man, that was. We've turned on these like 3D dice. I could see the 20 just kind of like roll to a 2.
A 2 on the dice is going to be a miss, taking us to Edros. Your turn.
Okay, Edros is going to push off the rock and basically just float all the way towards where this person is, and then just what I want to do is use the tactical Doshko to just attack the ground to stop my movement.
Okay, so you can move your movement speed basically by pushing yourself off, and then you want to try and immediately stop yourself. That'll be about 35, right?
Well, I mean,
he wants to push off until he gets to that person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stop. I don't want to stop myself until I am at.
So they're about 90 feet away, so it's going to take about 3 turns to get there.
That's fine. So I can't do it there's no double move.
Not in 0G, no. You're going to be kind of going the same space that your movement is, but you're going to do that every turn. So if you want, you can shoot while you're moving.
How would sure, I'll do that. So while I'm kind of floating, I'll bring out the artillery laser and fire.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be a 12 on the die, and for a 14.
That is a miss.
Darn.
Where you are at.
Darn.
And that takes us to Knack. So you're still moving. Alindra has halted. Knack, what have you got?
So can I see these people or no? Since
now that the fight has started in earnest, yes, you can see where everyone's shooting at. And they're kind of hunkering behind a rock, got a very long rifle kind of perched on top of it.
Okay, I am going to point at what I presume to be the people up there and say, that looks like one. Get him! And I'm going to carefully try to crawl my way up towards where Alindra and Edris are.
Ooh. Unfortunately, you shouting "get him" does next to nothing here because they are outside of your range. No one knows what.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who you're pointing at. But you can still move up.
Yeah, I'm going to move up.
Do you want to continue moving?
No, because I do not want to be past where they are.
Okay, well, I'll if you want to stop here, you can try and make a athletics or acrobatics check.
So that's 18 plus 6 for acrobatics.
Woo! So you're able to nimbly, with your tail, that is indeed.
I got my
your second skin.
I got my tail into the
you
correct
can wrap
area.
around some a spire. That takes us back to the top of the order. The assailant here, the sniper, fewer targets. And thinks the spry, the dexterous Knack Sizrak apparently is a bit of a nuisance. She's going for the small target.
Oh god, here it goes.
Shooting you. 17 on the dice. That's going to be a hit for 9 points of damage. A massive bullet just rips through your second skin.
Not good.
That is their turn. Alindra Valis.
Right. So I have a question. Can I use Stellar Rush? Like, can I charge? In 0G, I mean.
Are you saying you want to try and Stellar Rush right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just barely have the space to do it. I'm going to require either athletics or acrobatics to see if you have firm enough footing in order to just kind of meteor punch your way off the rocks almost the full distance to the enemy. About 55 feet. So go ahead and make me one of those 2 skill checks.
Okay, so I'm going for athletics. Oh gosh. So that's a 10 on the die and then plus 7, so 17.
Yeah, and you are no longer sickened, which is good. That is, I need a 15 for this one. So you're basically coiling up like a serpent sideways on this rock and kind of springboarding yourself off. And you're going right for her. So
yeah.
You are going to not bull rush, but you're going to do the like the shoulder charge kind of aspect of it.
Like the melee attack at the end. I'd actually like to bull rush. Can I? Can I not? Is there a reason I can't?
You can try, yeah. Even if you fail, you get to
I mean, it does damage even if it fails, yeah.
Yep, go for it.
So, okay, so just a d20 to see if it hits?
Yeah, with some modifiers. It does not hit. A 12 on the dice. Not going to be enough because that's 8 plus our KAC here.
Okay, but it does 2d6 fire damage regardless.
Yes, and both you and the enemy that you just barreled into need to make another acrobatics or athletics check. This one's going to be a little bit harder. All for them. They're fine. And you're fine. Okay, yeah. So we both rolled 18. We're both fine. Otherwise, we're just kind of like, untethered from the rock and kind of floating off kilter. Which gives some negatives. But both you and the enemy you've rushed up to, you can see now in they're wearing freebooter armor. And inside you see an android, blue-skinned, blue-eyed android, who is looking very afraid, about to take some damage right now. What is your Stellar Rush damage?
Okay, so I'm going to roll 2d6.
Oh.
And that's 3.
And I get a reflex save for half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've made the reflex save, so it does very little damage. It looks like almost all of your energy was expended just getting from point A to point B. And that takes us to Raimi. Raimi, your turn.
All right. Raimi is going to fire Magic Missile.
Ooh, Magic Missile.
Oh, boy. Pretty nice. Doesn't miss.
All right, so 3, 5, and 4. So,
9 damage in total. Alrighty. Yes. Yeah. So after getting shoulder charged by Alindra, these 3 beams of magic energy pummel into this android sniper, and now it is Andis' turn.
I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna do the Ender's Game thing where I just kind of like shoot through my legs.
All right, so you are shooting through your friend now, who's conveniently very much in the way.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so that's going to be a 20 on the attack.
20 with the EAC. That is a hit.
All right, that's only 1 point of damage though.
Every little bit helps. And Edros, it is your turn.
All right, so I can float 15 feet or.
You're still moving in the same direction, same speed. You didn't stop. You didn't slow yourself down on the previous turn.
Okay, that's it. I'm over. And I'm gonna put the gun away and bring the Doshko out. Tactical.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nax Izrak.
I'm gonna scoot up behind Edros. Do I need to make a acrobatics?
If you want to stop yourself, yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
so that's gonna be
wasting
26.
That natural 20. Yeah. So once again, you're very good at finding these handholds. Maybe it reminds you back on Acreon, the red rocks, climbing up all over the place.
Am I in range for get 'em at this point?
You know that you are now, yeah.
Yeah, there they are. Get them.
Get him! And we are back to the M and get him. The enemy's turn, I think 3 at this point. And right now they have a pretty unhappy Alindra Valis up in their face. So they just let their sniper rifle kind of float in front of them. And they pull out from their bootleg a survival knife and try and stab it right into Alindra. Probably not going to hit. I've rolled a 9. What is your KAC, Alindra?
14.
That is a hit.
Oh no.
Just out here. A 9. 9 is a hit. It is just a small survival knife, so it is 4 points of damage. They cut right up against your chest, and it is your turn to fight back.
Yeah, vengeance. All right. So I am fully photon attuned, and nobody is nearby me, so I'm just going to blow myself up.
Okay.
Alindra uses self-destruct.
It was super effective.
Supernova. Supernova time. And we'll see how this goes.
I'll drop a sound for you.
Whoosh.
That was pretty quiet.
No one hears any of it because we're in space.
It's true.
Okay, so you've rolled 5. I have made my reflex save. So taking only a few points of that. Yeah, it just doesn't. Your Solarian manifestations, your powers are working too well out here. Okay, and Raimi.
All right, so Raimi's going to fire his laser rifle. Nothing too fancy. 14. That's a miss.
Well, 15. Does that make a difference?
It's still a miss.
Unfortunately, yeah.
His KC is, I think, 17.
Actually, you know what? They are not hiding behind the rock anymore, and all you have to shoot through is Alindra. A 15 with Get 'em. That is going to be a hit against EA.
Yes!
Only because Get 'em is on. Love when that +1 is useful. Woo-hoo. Go ahead and roll me that damage, Miles.
And that's 8.
Max
nice
damage. Nice. Right, so you peg a perfect laser shot squarely in this android's chest, and they drop the knife, fall to their knees, and just kind of put their hands up. And over the comms, you hear, "I surrender. I do not wish to fight."
Good choice. Raimi calmly just saunters up to join his friends.
Yeah, well, we're out of combat. They have given up, so you guys can slowly make your way to Alindra. And
exactly what I said I was doing.
Yeah.
It was
so shut up, Tyler.
It was a joke.
Take your time and not fall off the rock. How dare you, Tyler?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. We are out of combat. There's a sniper rifle flown in front of you. Survival knife just kind of spinning in air, and this android is like I said, on their knees, hands up, and over all of your comms, now that you're within range, you hear, "I surrender. I know when I am bested."
Who are you?
I'm Clara 247. I was sent to shoot you down and kill all of you.
By who?
Well, it's whom? Android.
Don't you tell me about how to speak common.
Error.
You can't both be bad cop.
I was contracted through an unnamed intermediary. Never dealt with a contractor. Job didn't say you were Starfinders, though.
Would that have changed your decision?
Not one bit.
How much did they pay you?
Yeah, has a data pad. There is just a small missive, and it looks like the payment was 500 credits. Easy money. 100 credits for each of your heads.
That's it.
I would think we were worth a little bit more than 100 credits. I mean, me alone.
You got ripped off.
I will turn myself in as your prisoner if you can get me off this rock.
How did you get here?
They motion back towards the destroyed Necrovite glider behind you guys.
Smooth lube.
Were you the one that was trying to shoot down our ship a little while ago?
That is correct.
Oh. So let's see.
Well,
Wait, so
can I sense motive to see if their surrender is legitimate?
Go right ahead. Seems like a thing that you could do.
So it's a 16 on the die with It's 21.
Oh, more than enough. They are very sincere in that they've been bested. You do notice there's also a pistol on their hip, but they have not gone for it.
I say we take.
They also look very hurt.
I say we take that pistol, just to be on the safe side.
It is an azimuth laser pistol, indeed.
I'll put that in my coat.
Cool.
Coat pockets.
I don't think you should leave this rock.
Why is that?
Because you're scum. And I don't care whether you live or die. And frankly, your death would be much preferred.
Yeah, they're just a mercenary. You've done worse.
Mercenaries are one thing. Assassins are different.
They're kind of the same.
They are not the same. Not even close.
So, let me think back to the logs. The logs kept talking about something on the rock, but so the log said something about something being on the rock. That clearly she can't be it because she has only been here about as long as we have. I got a question. Right. I got a question for you. You seen anything else out here? Anything suspicious? Anything creepy, spooky?
We are not alone on the rock.
You want to give us any more information other than that little cryptic, creepy phrase?
I've tried to move west, but there seems to be something over there. I was spooked away. I tried to stay near my ship in case I could pick up someone on radio frequencies, but I've not been over the ridge. It seems like there are things over there.
Alright, so we've got a crashed necroglider. We've got the goblins told us. Are the goblins here? Where are the goblins?
Yeah, they're slowly climbing behind you guys, and they're like,
Wait, was there a fight? Did you guys... we're coming.
Thanks for the help, you Dragnoffs.
So you didn't wait up for him, did you?
We've got a crashed necroglider. We know where that came from. We supposedly have another mining vessel that these goblins stowed away on, and we have something towards they say west?
They did.
That is spooky scary, that I'm wondering if we just go east, are we going to find the ship, or are we going to have to go west? Because eventually, east is going to turn into where the thing is. Let's be honest.
Well, it's like I said, like a mile long. So you're going to, in an hour, east will have become west.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah. So we can just go east until we get there, and in the meantime, we get to explore the east.
Yeah, I think we should search the ship for anything useful, and then continue east.
The glider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost completely destroyed. Like I said, though, on them they had a tactical Sheeran eye rifle, the azimuth laser pistol, and got some more ammunition.
What kind of ammunition?
So about 20 long arm rounds, and floating around their head, now that you've gotten in close, there is a clear spindle Aeon Stone. Another Aeon Stone.
And what does the clear spindle Aeon Stone do?
So the clear spindle Aeon Stone sustains you by negating the need for food or water. So they've been on this rock for a few days as well. And
I've actually been wanting to pick one of those up too.
We might need to.
Just so that if I ever do get lost in space, I'll just float for all eternity.
Just become a space philosopher forever in space.
Yeah. We might want to pass that one around for a little bit just to take care of some things.
What?
Because we've all been on this ship for like 3 days.
There's food and there's water on the ship, dude. You're fine.
Oh, well then never mind.
It's been about 2 hours since you've had a snack.
I'm already hungry. It was a big fight.
So do you guys want to go towards where Clara 247 did not want to go towards, the west, where they have steered clear of?
Well, so wait a minute. The goblins seem to think that the mining vessel that came up here went to the other side of the...
Yeah, they just said the dark side, but you've already cleared basically the horizon, so... And also, don't listen to the goblins.
Yeah, they're morons.
They, like me, probably don't have a great sense of direction on a weird oblong space rock.
Yeah, I figure we should just go in the direction that she was scared to go into.
Sure.
So, before we leave her, can I use diplomacy to try to get this girl to help us out and join our party? And assist us?
Diplomacy is the skill you would need in this place. Why don't you go ahead and roll that for me?
All right.
Ooh, natural 1.
Oh, great. That's a 9.
What do you say to them?
If we're willing to help you get off of this rock, would you be willing to fight on our behalf? Go into the scary place with us?
It's almost audible, the eye roll that you hear. It seems like their eyes are glitching back in their head. But Claire says, if you want to pay equal to what my contractor was going to pay, I will fight whatever it is that I was not going to fight on my own alongside you. 500 credits.
Or how about we pay nothing and you get to live?
And we let you keep your pistol.
Sounds like I'd be dead either way.
I'm gonna make an intimidate check if I can to
I'm excited to see this.
So 18 plus 7, so that is what is that? 26?
25.
25. Listen.
What does next say?
Listen, you're gonna be lucky if we give you a weapon. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna go first. You're gonna take the heat that we don't want to take if you want to live. If you're lucky, you get to live and we all get off of this rock. But if not, so be it. So start walking, crawling, whatever.
I refuse that. You can kill me now. There is something not well on this rock. There's something unnatural. I would rather a bullet through my head than to face it. Or I can fight alongside you, and you can give me my rifle back.
Very well. Andis takes the clear spindle and then turns around and walks away. Andis is about to let her starve on this rock.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
if she
fine
won't
by
listen
them.
to us, then great. Let's just leave without her.
Edris comes up to her and is like, well, it's unfortunate that you wouldn't work with us, but I guess Edros will just kill them. Just like push their dead body off the rock.
Is that what you guys want to do right now?
Oh, this seems like such a terrible waste of an opportunity for you to be helping us.
I said I would help you, but I am not going to die for you. I will help you fight, but I'm not going to be your bait.
Yeah, Nick,
I don't
think
want
you might
her
have
to be
oversold it.
Yeah, I don't want her to be our bait. I think that she should be a member of the team. That was what I was going for.
Right, yeah, Knack, I think you overplayed your hand when you were like, and also, you're just gonna take all the bullet shots when you have 1 HP left.
All right. I'll. Can I roll a diplomacy check?
Oh, you're trying a different tack now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, there'll be some negatives involved after threatening them with death.
You're gonna be good cop, bad cop.
Doesn't work when you're both. Ooh, a 14 on the dice. Maybe it will.
14 plus 8, so 22? I'm doing that right?
With Alindra's help, if you would like to go back to the sweeter side of things, they'll go back and say, either pay me or give me my rifle back.
I tell you what, I might have found something on the Acreon that will cover your payment, but I'm not giving you your rifle back until we know what we are dealing with. So you can come with us. You don't have to walk before everybody, fine. But I'm not giving you any kind of weapon until we are in some kind of combat scenario. Deal?
Clara looks you over, from ears to tail, as it were, and just kind of nods, and we'll take pistol. We have a deal, Isoki.
I gave her her Aeon stone back.
You can keep
This
it.
is ridiculous.
Oh, hooray! I keep it.
So you guys are ready to move out?
Let's move.
Let's do it.
Okay, so continuing on, moving over the surface of the drift rock, grabbing handholds of the rocky surface, and eventually you get over the ridge line to where you see the large overhanging cliff face, and towards, I guess, the bottom, but as soon as you get up to it, it becomes like a level surface in front of you. There is a rock formation and a small opening underneath a large cliff that looks somewhat like a cave's entrance. It's dark. There's definitely some negative space there. And you notice 3 small shimmering pieces of metal glinting in front of the opening. What do you guys like to do?
I guess I'll go look at the pieces of metal. I keep seeing these hot dogs flying around all over the place.
So yeah, all of you moving forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bumfuzzle and Cattywampus are with you now if you are going to wait for them. They're a little bit slower than you, though.
Let's just move at half speed and slowly approach.
Yeah, that way we can toss one in front and something happens.
Kind of slowly pushing yourself forward. About halfway there, as you approach, two figures in spacesuits, crisp white spacesuits, emerge from the cave entrance, and they notice you as you approach, maybe 50, 60 feet away, and over open comms you hear, "Who goes there? This rock is under quarantine of Pack Council General Order 12. You being here is illegal." And it is a voice that, ANDIS, you recognize right away, despite being older, slightly huskier, but you're absolutely sure this is none other than Darius Gilchrist in one of these two suits.
But I couldn't tell which one it came from?
Not at this distance, no.
Okay.
Gee.
Andis stops and says, "We are of the Starfinders. Which of you is Darius?"
One of them brandishes a pistol to the side and steps behind the other person in a spacesuit and steps behind the other and says, You have no claim on this rock, and I have paperwork, but I can tell that you are here illegally. Turn around and go back to your ship."
You have no place here. You have no claim here if you are from astral extractions. You must leave.
The other figure, the voice comm, perks up, and you hear, "Oh, I don't think that they care that you might have the papers." And Rebecca, Alindra hears this other person's voice through the comms, and she recognizes it as almost certainly the voice of Master Pasilar.
Oh no!
No!
They're in cahoots? Oh man.
Oh. I kicked my
you've
microphone.
heard that voice for months on expedition over comm units just like these in suits, and you definitely know that voice anywhere. If any of you step any closer, Gilchrist grabs Pasilar around the neck and puts the pistol to his head and shut your radio off. Come here, and grabs him, and jetpacks pop up on the back of Gilchrist's suit, and they start climbing up the top of the cliff face. What would you guys like to do?
Can I detect thoughts on Pasilar and see?
Not close
if...
enough.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah. I'm chasing.
Chase him. Yeah, let's chase him.
All right. As you do, these three little metal blips in front of the cave entrance pop up. They are security droid robots.
Oh,
And
no.
you hear over the comms, "Lay down your arms or be destroyed." Also, "To be continued."
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm excited about next week, everybody.
Oh.
That'd be a fun place to start off.
Oh, this is so upsetting. I'm really worried about Master Pasilar.
I don't know what I can promise you about next week's game, except one thing. Bad things are going to happen.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Very, very bad things, guys.
Oh my god.
But this week, you guys are all alive and you made some fun new friends. The last couple games.
Yay.
You're a big fun gang now.
Our family has gotten bigger.
You should have given Claire that sniper rifle because she could have taken care of this in like no time.
Well,
Pew,
we
pew.
can give it back to her. Is it Claire 147?
247.
247 and Andis 147?
Yep. Nope. That
She-
is a thing that happened.
That's interesting.
You guys excited to play next week?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be grand.
We are fast approaching the end of Incident at Absalom Station. We are on the Drift Rock. I'm so excited to crack it open, see what's inside. Thank you guys for playing with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And happy birthday, Rebecca. Didn't kill your character.
Birthday.
Birthday.
Hardly did any damage to
I
her.
know. Thanks.
Yeah.
We
All right. Everyone say goodnight, everybody.
Good
night.
Good night.
And now for an all-new crit bit, starring everyone's favorite android, ANDIS 147. Crit bit commencing in 3, 2, 1. Crit bit initiated.
Depthis was little more than a rock. A big rock, sure. Much smaller than a planet, but considerably more massive than you'd guess by looking at it. Gold, iridium, tungsten, platinum. Yeah, suitably massive. Plenty of gravity in there. Deceptively so. It's overrated if you ask me. Gravity, I mean. But the humans, the elves, the dwarves can't seem to get enough of it. All of them, really. Wherever you find intelligent life, you'll find desperation for something to cling to. Traditions, superstitions, the rock they grew up on. They spend a fortune every cycle ensuring that Absalom has just the right amount of gravity, just enough to avoid the fact that they aren't meant to be here, that out here their legs are vestigial, that the entire universe that they inhabit rejects their anatomy, that they do not belong. I understand. More than they know. While we're on the subject of Absalom, do you ever wonder why the gravity orients the way it does? Down? Why the downest levels are the chaotic wilds? Why the uppermost spires are where you'll find the wealthy, the powerful, the pious? Gravity. The powerful in particular have the most vested interest in maintaining gravity. Gravity keeps the unwashed masses at bay. The towers of legend were not for the commoners, no. They were reserved for those who could muster the inhumanity to ignore the cries of the needy. Better that the poor and the weak be mingled with the chaos in the wilds, while the rich and the powerful live above and beyond. Absalom is just the same. If those huddled masses want up, they'll have to go through gravity first. Darius Gilchrist. Never thought I'd see his haggard, ugly face again. No such luck, it seems. Must have been 25 years since last I saw him. He's old now. Too old. Most humans don't make it that long. Not without considerable resources. Wonder where he might have found himself enough credits to last this long. Astral extractions. Seems like the representative was right. They do pay well. I should have known something was wrong with him the moment I laid eyes on him. I should have killed him when I had the chance. I should have done something. 24601 had just come in from the accident. After working 3 consecutive shifts, their exhaustion was taking its toll. It was practically inevitable that they'd screw something up. Battery 3 had been improperly stored, moisture in the coils. 24601's royal prawn cup had been forgetting to check the casing integrity. It was SOP, check it every time, check it twice. But they were tired, sloppy. On startup, Battery 3 discharged violently, and the laser drill's power pulsed wildly, to devastating effect. The resultant blast collapsed half of Mineshaft Libertas, sealing the fates of 14 android units, and causing considerable damage to the laser drill itself. Anyone would have caught hell for a prawn cup like that. We knew 24601 was in for a bad time, but we had no idea. I was on shift in heavy machining maintenance when they wheeled in the laser drill. It was a mess. Half the circuitry was fried, the focusing array was completely vaporized, and not to mention all 12 batteries were shot and would need to be replaced. 24601 was dragged in about half an hour later. They'd sustained extensive damage to the entire left side of their frame, and their face plating was all but gone. Behind me, a tremulous nasally voice asked, "Does it live?" Quickly assessing 24601's state, I nodded. They do. "Can it be roused?" sneered the voice. The man had now approached the table and was glaring down at the mercifully unconscious heap of wreckage that was 24601. I could tell from the markings on his jumpsuit that he was a mechanic overseer, a replacement for his predecessor who had suffered a tragic accident when a tool shelf fell, crushing him. "Sir, I can wake them, but... Wake it, he interrupted. I did as I was told. As 24601 regained consciousness, they gasped and shrieked in agony. The man produced a spell gem and silenced the pitiful soul with a snap of his fingers. Now, this drill, he started, turning his face to the all but destroyed laser drill. How much to fix it? Sir, it's beyond compromised. It's going to take a fortune to repair. With a kindly smile, he placed his hand on my shoulder and said, Don't you worry about that, friend. Money is not an object. You just tell me what you need to repair it, and I'll personally see to it that you get precisely what you need to get the job done. That's what's important, after all. A job well done. I had never had such an offer. Quality tools were in such short supply, we were always short on components, and here this guy was offering to outfit me with as much as I needed. With the right components, I could get ahead on my work. I could even work on extracurriculars. 12,000 credits, I declared. I'd overestimated by at least 2,000 credits. As I awaited his answer, hoping he wouldn't catch me in the lie, he eyed me closely, shrewdly, and then he smiled. Done, he declared, with a clap on my back, and returned his attention to 24601. Does that sound fair to you, 24601? Checking the doomed android's call number. 24601 silently opened and closed their mouth as though whispering through a vacuum. Destroying the corporation's property. My property! Does 12,000 credits seem reasonable to you? He shrieked, becoming more agitated with every syllable he uttered, before calming his voice again. Well, obviously I'm happy to pay, but for my investment, I'll need a promise. I need to know that you won't jeopardize corporate property again. Is that understood? He smiled, reassuringly, and 24601 nodded, with obvious relief. The man's smile vanished as quickly as it had appeared. Of course, I need insurance to that effect. You say you understand that you mustn't damage corporate property, but you seem to fail to grasp the why. Therefore, it falls to me to teach you. I suspect that the reason you are careless is that you do not have sufficient incentive to be otherwise. Now, friend, we can remedy that. You, mechanic, he said to me. 12,000 credits, was it? I nodded woodenly. Very good, he chirped, returning his gaze to the wrecked android lying on the table. 12,000 it is, then. I'm going to increase the gain on your tactile sensors 12,000%. When you make a move, you will do so with intention. And when you make a mistake... He paused, his smile returning once more, now unmistakably genuine. You will learn. I watched numbly as the man dexterously went to work on 24601, tittering to himself as though retelling an old joke that never got old. The silent android, wide-eyed with fear and pain, stared at me as though begging me for help. In fear, I stood, silently, frozen to the spot. I should have done something. But all I could do was watch. If androids could weep. After finishing his modifications, he turned his back on the thoroughly learned android, looked at me in the eyes and said, 12,000 credits. Spend them wisely. Yes, Mr. Doctor. Yes, Dr. Gilchrist. But please call me Darius. I could have done something. I could have energized the drill and knocked out the entire engineering bay. I could have bashed his head in with a wrench. Hell, I could have dropped a tool cabinet on him too. But fear is a force. A powerful force. Fear is like gravity. It keeps the weak down on the bottom where they belong, protects the powerful from their cries for justice, insulates the wealthy from consequences, as though through just so many air-gapped floors. And yet, here you are, Darius. Out of all the rocks in the vast, here you are, on this hunk of abominable rock. And Darius, there's no gravity here, Darius. Your precious gravity won't save you now.